Anton is out of the car, and he is very unhappy. The only thing he's unhappy about is he just wrecked his race car. I promise you. Right now he's going, man, that thing is running good.